Solah is an amazing young man, an amazing young activist, has fought so hard for so many causes. He's an incredible activist, a great writer and poet, and a member of socialist fraternity. Go. Come guys, keep it together.
Thanks very much, Greg, for asking me to perform some poetry. The poem I'm going to read out is inspired by a quote by Mario Savio, who is a free speech activist in the 60s, and he said, "There's a time when the operation of the machine becomes so odious, makes you so sick at heart that you can't take part, that you can't possibly take part, and you've got to put your body upon the gears, upon the wheels, upon all the levers, upon all the apparatus, and you've got to make it stop. You've got to indicate to the people who run it, to the people who own it, that unless you're free, the machine will be prevented from working at all." And this is my poem in response. Unless you're free, never ever stop pulling on your chains, because they are still wrapped around your wrists, even if you can't feel them because you are not moving. You should be moving, but even if you loosen them, they will just tighten them again unless you finally and completely break them. Unless you're free, they'll try and convince you that those chains are there for your protection with every assumption, myth, or cynical history lesson, or use every scare tactic, stereotype, or prejudice to pit us against each other in a game of tug-of-war where you think that your liberation is bound up in someone else's strangulation, because they know we'd be stronger if we worked together. Unless you're free, you may think you have choices, but sometimes those choices are like choosing between being hung and being put up against the wall. So sometimes it's better not to make their choices at all, and we ought to make our own choices and choose to fuel ourselves on the anger from Egypt to Occupy, because unless you're free, our revolution just hasn't happened yet. And you've got to put your body upon the gears, upon the wheels, and take those chains from around your fists, wrap them around your wrists, and put your bodies and their chains back upon them. Put your bodies upon every cursed and corrupt machine that keeps their system running. Put your bodies upon razor wire fences surrounding refugees. Put your bodies upon settling desks and queues before they try and degrade you. Upon white people managing black people's affairs. Upon uranium mines and nuclear power plants before they crack open again. Put your bodies upon apartheid walls, apartheid checkpoints, and apartheid businesses that profit, whilst the state they support hold Palestinian men, women, and children at gunpoint. Put your bodies upon drone strikes before they kill wedding parties, and this occupation, this puppet show they try to sell us as democracy. Put your bodies upon whole armies before they kill their own people, upon lines of riot police before they stop us from putting our bodies upon anything at all. And then put your bodies upon the streets, upon squares to occupy, and public housing until we claim it back again. Put your bodies upon the luxury cars they drive home in, the mansions they live in. And when we ask, how do they sleep at night? Put your bodies upon the silk sheets that they sleep soundly on, and wake them from their bourgeois slumber, and let them know that our chains have finally been broken. Thank you very much.